everybody, welcome to another Spikes video, and today boys we are in Adelaide, Australia to race round number 3 of the Australian Supercross series here in MX Bikes. Now this is a MyMXB sanctioned race, so we do have some pretty good competition. It's going to be a Triple Crown, 3 10-minute plus 1 lap motos, and today boys is going to be about consistency because this track may look easy, and I thought it was easy too first time I got on it, but boys it is anything but that on these new Beta 19 bikes. Gotta be smooth, can't lose that back end, gotta maintain traction, and gotta stay consistent through these 3 races. So let's see if we can get it done boys. Hit that some with that like button. Let's get right into the video, boys. Alright boys, so there's no live commentary in this video. I did mute the mic. I was trying to focus up, but I'm going to be coming in throughout these 3 races and just kind of telling you guys what I was thinking in certain situations. But on the gate here, my goal was to win all 3 races. I wanted to sweep all motos, and that meant got to start hot here in the first one. So I knew with my gate selection here, I was pretty far outside, that with the ping of most of these other players, I was not going to be able to get a good start off the jump. So I need to let everyone go, sneak through that inside, something I've kind of mastered over the last year, and see if we can come out somewhere in the top 5. So see if we can get it done, boys. So very interesting first lap there. Now we let everyone go on the start, did our technique up the inside, kind of messed it up a little bit, but I didn't get crashed, which is exactly what we wanted to do, and somehow we came out in 3rd place after lap 1. I think a lot of guys got punted in the first corner, so that made it a lot easier, but we're in 3rd. The 2 guys in front of me I knew were pretty good. Jesse and Prado were both pretty fast in qualifying, so I knew that honestly at this point, just stay consistent this lap. Now this track, boys, let me tell you, it looks pretty easy because the rhythms we're hitting are not very big, but the track was so upscaled that some of these rhythms, especially the ones that started with a 90-degree corner, which were most of them, it was really hard to get the traction. Like this triple, I went outside actually the whole day because I could not cut in and get the speed for the triple. Like I had to use that berm. Even on a 450, it was that upscaled. So same with this section right here. Like it may look like, oh, just triple in. Dude, you just don't have the traction to do it. And it was actually honestly faster to double and then sink into that inside rub. Anyways, we're in 3rd. We're doing good. I knew this track was going to be about consistency because it is damn hard. And I love it, man. I love consistency. So let's see if we can keep it going this race and maybe get the W here. Guys, we're just over 3 minutes into this race and we are already into lap traffic here. We're still in 3rd place, but things are about to shift a little bit. As you guys can see up there, Prada had went down, I'm pretty sure, to a lapper, and we're gonna both pass him here. This is when things start to get a little bit sketchy. Now I'm getting a little nervy at this point. I know I have the pace. I'm not even really pushing it that hard, but I'm sticking with these guys. So this is kind of when I realized like this race is gonna be more than just who's the fastest guy. It's going to be about avoiding lappers, being respectful in your battles, not crashing is the #1 thing, because I knew I could keep really good consistency, and even if one of these guys was quicker, like Mr. Prada there, who makes a terrible mistake there. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but he cross-jumped me. His ping was so bad it didn't even affect me. And then Jesse runs in the tough blocks there. And so now I'm in first place from just being consistent, just keeping it slow, keeping it calm, just get around the track. I knew that's what it was going to be about today, because the tires, they don't got a ton of traction, and it's great because it makes tracks like this hard, and it turns MX bikes into a game of staying consistent and not hitting the ground, just like real life. You don't want to hit the ground in real life, you don't want to hit the ground on MX bikes. Let's keep her going, boys. right, so a few pretty consistent laps there, but we didn't have to deal with much. But now we were into the lap traffic, and let me tell you something right now, boys. Lap traffic in this series I knew was going to be a bit of a doozy because this isn't like a true pro series, so there's only like 5 or 6 pros even in this race other than me. So the rest of the guys are kind of just normies, just the normal guys that play MX bikes, which means they may not be the smartest, they may not know the rules, okay? When you get a blue flag, you got to move out the way. And sometimes, you know, people just don't move out the way. So I told myself before this race that when I get into lappers and I get crashed, because I knew it was going to happen, it is my fault. Every single crash, I'm either not going to care about it, or if I do care, the blame's going to go on myself, because far too often do I just blame the lapper and move on with my day. I'm kind of just done doing that. At this point, it does nothing for you because it is what it is. You know, me blaming somebody for not moving is not going to change the fact that they're not moving. So I need to either figure out how to get around them or not care if they crash me. So that was my thought process. And then right here, I mean, I don't even know. Dude's ping was so bad. His bike was just bouncing everywhere. Really nothing I could do. Really nothing he could do either. He just went down. But when that happened right there, and I saw that Will in second was kind of trying to catch me a little bit, I just forgot about it. I just stayed calm. That's something I usually don't do. I usually kind of get affected by getting taken out by a lapper. But I knew Will was a little bit quicker than me, and the gap was not down to 5 seconds, so it was really just up to me at this point to stay true to myself the next 3 laps and win this race. Let's see if we can get it done, boys. All right, boys, big oopsie there. I've been overthinking that rut like this entire race, but when you go over a rut in MX bikes, you know, you get a little weird physic where you do basically a backflip. So that kind of sucked. But anyways, I'm still winning the race at this point, so it's like I'm still in a good spot. Like no harm, no foul. He is 1 second behind me, but it's like if I just don't be an idiot here, I win the race. It's that simple. Just stay up. You guys are like the same speed. I know I can defend him because the track's pretty much one line. Just stay up, Troy. Make no mistakes like you did in the middle part of the race, and you're gonna win. Let's see if we get it done. You know what, if this happened a week ago, I'd be sitting in my chair right now screaming at the world. Why would you do this to me? I don't deserve this. But you know what? I do deserve it, because not only did I overthink the rut to crash in it, I overthought it so much that I stopped taking the fast line and I let him waltz right past me. So then I wonder, well, why did I crash in a weird lag spike incident behind him? Well, it's because I let him get around me. It's that simple. So it's my fault. As dumb as that crash is, all right, and we can cry about MX Bike's netcode all we want, it doesn't matter because I let him by me, and that's not what winners do, okay? So I'm a loser. I'm just gonna say it. In this race right here, I'm basically the definition of a loser. So I knew going in the next two races, I am not doing that anymore. No more overthinking. Ride your race. I'm good at the game. I have 3,800 hours. Literally no excuse not to be able to hit a freaking 180-degree rut. So not too happy. I'm still close behind him here, so I'm like, all right, I can still try to attack him and try to get this win, but it's why it's a triple crown. We still got two more motos. He can win one of them. I just got to win the next two, and we got to get her done. We're coming into the last corner. I tried to make an effort here. I just kind of lost the back end, then re-gripped, and it kind of just oversteered and went off the track here. Just shows you how hard this track really was with how upscaled it was, even on the 450. But yeah, lost the race. It's gonna race number 2, boys. All right, so coming into Moto 2, I was pretty confident about my pace. I knew I could be consistent. The main thing for me here was just don't overthink the freaking ruts. Once you do that in MX bikes, I've learned this most on MX Simulator, actually. When you overthink while playing these games, you just crash a million times. You just can't do it. You just have to play the game, okay? So just play the game, get a decent start. If I can just do the same thing I did last time, just, you know, cut in the inside, don't crash, we're gonna be fine. We have the pace to work our way up and take advantage of other inconsistencies. So yeah, just stay up, you know, go the pace we know how to go, stay in the main lines. Let's get this W, boys. All right, boys, we did it. We did exactly what we were supposed to do. Don't crash the first lap, tuck up the inside, just avoid everything. There was a little bit of an altercation going on with Jesse and Bullet behind me. I was kind of in the middle of that. They're in the middle of the lap, and I was like, okay, I might get absolutely sent here. But we got around them, and I was now out front. I knew at this point, if I have like 3 consistent laps, the race is over. At that point, it's just avoid lappers and win the race. So I knew that everything's going to get really mixy. I saw that Will was fairly buried at this point. Yeah, he was back in 9th, and that was kind of the guy that I knew that, you know, was going to compete with me in the rest of this Triple Crown. So saw him back there, and I'm like, all right, I mean, he may work up to 2nd. He probably will. I just need to not be an idiot and just do what I know how to do. See if we can get her done. Come on, guys. You thought there'd be no drama with the Jan, all right? It's just every single race I do at some point. I have to be an idiot somewhere. I can never just have a perfect race like I do in pub lobbies. Every single time it's a my MXB race, I'm making some type of mistake for no reason. So that was interesting. A little bit of an interesting moment, Pabobo moment there out of the rut. Honestly, didn't affect me at all. Like, all right, whatever. Just keep riding, you know. Still don't overthink. Ewer was kind of starting in that rut there. We both kind of cased that double, but yeah, we kind of had a gap back to third and fourth, and I saw Will was now 17 seconds behind, so really there's just no pressure on me at this point. I mean, I could get second in this race and still gain points on him, so follow Jesse. He'll probably make a mistake, or he'll get into an altercation with lappers, and we'll make the pass and get it in. Not gonna lie, I did not expect the lapper to stop there because I was just going outside every single time. So I did barely avoid his back tire, and then I kind of just oversteered and gripped up, and then went off the triple. But it's my fault. I gotta anticipate that. But at this point, we have an 11-second lead. Now, Will is up to third place, and I kind of know at this point he's probably going to beat Jesse and get second, which meant we would be tied at 3 points each if I can still maintain to win this race, and he'll get second. So 3 points each, going in the final race, winner take all. And it's a pretty good spot, boys. I was feeling really good. I knew at this point, though, I needed to kind of increase this gap a little bit more and kind of show everybody that, hey, all right, the Jan knows what he's doing out here, all right? This is not no fluke, all right? I know what I'm doing. I can win a race, but I still got a lot more lappers to avoid. So let's see if we can do it, boys. All right, boys, coming into this last lap, we got about a 15-second gap, and honestly, the race went pretty smoothly. We had a couple lapper incidents, and this guy specifically, for whatever reason, just wasn't moving. I didn't really understand why. This was the second time in the race where I got behind him, and he just, I mean, he didn't even look back, it seemed. So I don't know if he didn't have, like, flags on his screen or what was going on, but at this point, I'm like, all right, let me just get around him here. I mean, I can either sit behind him and act like a baby or actually attempt to pass him, so that's what I did. This guy went over the rut, killed another guy, barely bounced off the bike. We're fine. We got a big gap anyway, so I'm not obviously too worried, but 2 more sections to go, and we're going to get this dub. Now, I noticed that Will was up to second, and we actually kind of maintained the same gap between each other this whole race, so I knew that we were kind of running the same pace. I think he just struggled with consistency towards, like, the beginning. He wasn't getting very good starts, so that was kind of what I was thinking for this next race. Get a good start, get out front, get a W. Just to clarify what's at stake here, I got second the first moto, and Will got first. I got first and second moto, and Will got second. So we're tied at 3 points each, and this moto here decides who takes the overall, boys. So I gotta win it, or he's gotta win it. That's who's taking home the Triple Crown W here at Australia Supercross round number 3. Let's see if we can get her done, boys. Okay, so they restarted it, which was kind of interesting, but I didn't really care until I spawned in and saw where my gate was. We are the 4th gate from the outside, which not ideal for my strategy, where I let everyone go and then cut into the inside because now there's a lot more people I'm gonna have to pass along the way. Got Jesse to my inside. I got Will to my outside, which I thought was really interesting. I'm like, why did he choose a gate to the outside? But maybe he just got bad luck as well. So I was gonna do my same strat though. Let everyone go, take the inside, see if we can do it, boys. All right, so strategy did not go to plan this time. Now, I was just wheeling down the start straight because I was like trolling. I was just going to let everyone go, forgetting that Will was to my outside and that he probably wasn't going to know I was going to do that. So he just ran right into me. Obviously, you know, Paboso netcode does the whole thing. I get absolutely bodied in this corner. I almost survived it, but then some dude was trying to avoid everyone on the inside. Ran into him. So at this point, I'm down terrible. Now, Will is not like out front or anything. He was also pretty down bad as well. So he's in front of me, but, you know, I'm in like, what, 10th it says, so still not a terrible position. I think it just comes down to, you know, being consistent, making your passes, not getting involved in this sorcery that happened there on the right there. I don't know what is going on with these humans. This dude's double and a triple. I don't know what's going on. I just broke my femur. Anyways, let's get right into this race and see if we can get it done. That fast, boys. Me and Will are in the top two. By the way, we're both on Suzuki's doing this, by the way. We're destroying everybody on Suzuki. So all you guys that hate on the Suzuki, who are you? I don't see you. You're not beating me, that's for sure. Anyways, I'm behind him here, and I'm like, all right, boys. We gotta get this W, all right? I got no excuse. It's a 1v1. He's gotta be feeling the pressure. He knows the camera's on, right? He knows there's tens of thousands watching him right now, watching him try to get through these rhythm sections. So he's gonna be a little bit nervy, but his freaking ping was so bad, I don't even know what the hell's going on. I don't know if he's making mistakes. I don't know if he's trying to go to the freaking X Games or what's going on, but I latched onto his bosom, and we're going for this win. All right, so right here, Will makes a mistake, but then I look up at Max HUD and I see that we're not even in first and second. We're actually in second and third. So I'm just like confused now because I thought we were 1 and 2. Boom! William just absolutely goes to Narnie, boys. His bike was so high it was out of frame, and I'm like, oh my god, William is so down horrible right now. But now I'm in second place, and I'm like, wait a second, I want to win this. Okay, my goal coming in this was to win every single moto. I don't care if I don't need to beat this guy in first. I am going for this win. If it's the last thing I do and I need to put the Dookie on top, boys, I'm going to do it for William. As I'm entering the whoop section, I see the yellow flag, and look at this, boys. The KTM user is down, and I am getting very close to taking the lead. Now, Will still down absolutely horrendous. He's now 24 seconds back, so this is a 1v1 at this point. I got basically no pressure on me. I'm doing this for ego. I'm doing this for Dookie Legacy, brother. Oh my god, he absolutely sent that triple right there. I kept like barely casing it. I wasn't like really casing it, but I kind of was at the same time. It was just getting tough. Like a lot of these jumps, they were just getting this very slight amount of E-road in them, but it was enough to make it super sketchy, especially the ruts. And as you can see right there, we did a little bit of an overthink, a little bit of a crash. At this point though, I'm still determined, okay? There is zero give up in my brain. I'm like, all right, I just gave this dude about 4 or 5 more seconds. I do not care. I'm coming back. I will beat this guy. I will do it for the Suzuki brothers. That right there, boys, was the mistake. He ran right into the tough block star on the entry of the whoops. I'm pretty sure he just like went over the bar or something like that, but we got a pretty big gap. And I started emoting, dude. I don't know what was going on. I was really happy about getting this W, but I mean, it's not over yet. You know, he's not too far behind. He's about 4.6 seconds back. So we got about 2 more laps here to get her done. Just ride smooth, hold her in, boy. I mean, you know, we had to end it with the 360 boys getting a little bit schmeezy, but there we go. We did not accomplish the goal, though, so I'm still not totally happy. I did want to win all 3 of the motos, and we honestly should have won the first one. Just choked a little bit, had some stuff happen that, honestly, it's just all my fault at the end of the day. So I think if I honestly take more accountability with races and some of the bad, like, dumb mistakes that happen in them, I think I'm gonna ride a lot better. That's, like, the main key ideas and key points I'm taking away from this. But here's my analysis for Moto 3. We're actually pretty damn consistent. A lot of 47s, a lot of consistent sector times, a couple little mess ups in there. Another statistic I found really interesting is this is my total time from each of the 3 motos. This is in order, so Moto 1, Moto 2, Moto 3. They only deviated by 3 seconds, and we actually got faster with every single race. So I think it's really important. It definitely shows the consistency. I mean, you're doing 3 10-minute plus 1 lap races, and they're only deviating by 3 seconds. That's pretty insane. So we definitely could have went a little bit quicker. I think Moto 1 is really where the major mistakes were, but everything else, I think we did a good job getting around lappers, you know, not letting anything affect us, and getting the W. So I think you guys so much for watching. That's something like button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.